Yes, indeed. It is Homesteading Thursday, folks, and my favorite day of the week. But before we go to that, I have a guest this first segment, and I want to go right to it. It is Karen with TaxFree15.com. That's TaxFree15.com. Karen, how are you this evening?
Hi, John. Well, I'm irritated. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore, and I want to thank you for letting me voice my pissed-offedness. And also, the solution.
Yes, the solution.
That's right. Well, you ask for solutions, and the more I learn about what's going on with this criminal government and this global conspiracy to take over the world, which is really what it is, the more I know that drastic action is called for because they're steamrolling us. And I started thinking about my website, and I'd like to encourage your readers to go, or your listeners right now, to go to taxfree15.com. I've been working on this all day when it didn't kick me off. And I've decided that instead of just don't buy, don't comply, ask why on the 15th while we try and see if we can get the numbers to have a national strike, I'm just wanting to encourage people to go for a national strike April 15th through April 18th. And if they look on their calendars, they'll see that the 15th is a Thursday. While the government and their greedy IRS agents are busily, salivating over our tax dollars that they take from us illegally, what I say is let's have a strike, a national strike, extreme measures for extreme times. Let's stay home because they work for us. So I'm updating the site, and I know that we can do it. We have the numbers, and it's all kind of jumbling around up there in my brain. But what do you think of that idea, John?
Oh, I'm all for it. I think now's the time to strike in both manners. I think the iron is hot. Things are starting to really ramp up, Karen. I mean, yes, we are starting to get the attention of the clones. They're starting to wake up and come our direction. I see it every day, but I also see the enemy of freedom ramping up against us, and we've got to strike now because it might be too late a year from now. Things are really moving fast. Don't you see the same thing?
I do. I think they've taken the gloves off, and they're about ready to knock us into total submission. And so I don't know if you are at the website or not, but if you want to go there and you can maybe tell me what you think. I am working within the parameters of my friend who actually set up the website. I go in, I can change certain things, but one thing I really want to stress to everyone listening is to help reclaim America, because there is a me in America. There's a me in America. And I want to ask what they're doing. I've also put the information. Sheriff Mack has a wonderful article. It's kind of an e-book to law enforcement. And people can read that, and start thinking about what part they want to play. This is a historical time, and we need to take the blinders off. We need to come together, and we sure need to hit them in the pocketbook, because that's what they've been doing to us. And we have to pay taxes until we die. Until we die. And the 16th Amendment was never ratified to make us trade our individual for taxes.
Yes, and there's almost no end to it. I am on your website. You have made a lot of changes. We got to talk off air, but I need to get this ticker that you've got on here, because you have a countdown to the second of when the next tax holiday is. It is fantastic. If we all put this on our websites, our blogs, then we would be reminding everybody that saw it. And I think that's really important, to stay in the mind of the patriots rather than just, here and there mention it. What do you think? I
totally agree, John. And also on the on the action plan page. These are the only two that I've really been able to work on today. And I was, frankly, really surprised. I mean, I am kind of working with a laptop that definitely is not the newest, but it kept kicking me off as I was adding more labels. Like, I bet most people out there have no idea that a 25-pound baby can be killed by the fluoride that's in one family-size toothpaste. And I've got that link on there. And if people start thinking about it, too, our goal is total withdrawal April 15th to April 18th. And maybe some of your instant messengers can tell you what they think about that idea. But it's extreme measures for extreme times. Now I'm on the action page. A long weekend, and if nothing changes, we plan another. And we call them up in between now and then to tell them exactly what we're doing so they know. And the whole deal, one thing I like, too, my husband helped me with this, our moral obligation supersedes our economics.
Yes. Wow, so well said, and we often forget that. Most people don't get upset unless it hits their pocketbook, and taxes do hit your billfold. But we're talking about something much grander than that. It's about doing the right thing. You know, Karen, I was watching these series of 12 videos about Argentina. Rising up against their dictatorship in 2001. And it was amazing because it started with a single woman basically pounding her pot with a large spoon from a balcony because she had just had enough and the government had announced a curfew or something like that. And pretty soon a few other people in the neighborhood started pounding their pots and pans. And by the afternoon, they had thousands of people, and by that evening, they had flooded the Capitol, and the noise was deafening. Now, that's the kind of action that we have to take. We have to put it on the line. We have to show how angry we are, and we're starting to do that. I saw some good stuff with Patriots Today out in the streets, really voicing their opinion. But we can't just leave it to other people. We got to do it ourselves.
Exactly. Now, I haven't seen that, but I would like to watch that. There's so many things that I keep looking at just about all day, every day. We're listening to alternative radio. We're searching online. We're looking for the reasons behind what's really going on. And, boy, people really need to pay attention to these secret societies that these criminals, that these psychopathic, pedophiliac turds who we are allowing to rule our world, see what kind of satanic rituals they belong to, they participate in. Think about the Child Protective Services, which really peddles children to these horrible miscreants. You know, we've had it. They're kicking us off our land. They're poisoning our air, our food, our water. Folks, it's not just a mistake or just dumb luck that you're fat and you're unhealthy and you're on drugs. It's a plan. And until we finally are so sick and tired of these criminals totally usurping our freedoms, our ability to think for ourselves, our ability to actually live our own lives as free people, we're going to be totally run over by the machine. And we've got enough time here, don't you think, John? We've got 2.5 months to see how many people we can get on board, and I need to do all I can to get this message out. I'm going to have to get some more cell minutes. That's all there is to it.
Yes, you are. But I do appreciate all that you're doing, and you always say it so well. And it really is about action, folks. You can't just sit by and watch this. This is for all the marbles. This is for you, for your children, your grandchildren, and everybody that comes after that, because they're going to take this right into an Orwellian world where it is absolutely illegal to have a thought. We're almost there now. They're getting so bold, but I think part of their boldness, Karen, is their fear. They see us starting to rise up and gain a momentum here, and so they're rushing their plan, and they're pretty much overstepping themselves here, and it's not going all well for them. But if we don't take hold of this momentum, it's like a momentum in a basketball or a football game. If we don't take advantage of it, we're going to lose it. Anyway, thank you for calling in. That's taxfree15.com, folks. Be right back.